top story, the suspense over who will be the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. And now news coming in that Mahayuti leaders have been called to Delhi, that there will be a meeting of the Mahayuti in Delhi tomorrow. I remember earlier as well, there was news that perhaps the leaders of the Mahayuti, that's Eknath Shinde of the Shiv Sena, Devendra Fadnavis, as well as Ajit Pawar would come to Delhi to talk to Amit Shah, and that's where the decision on who would be the next Chief Minister would be made. And now it seems, and that didn't happen earlier on, that was expected to take place on Monday, but now it seems that they have been called to Delhi and a meeting will take place now tomorrow. This as the suspense continues. Remember, we've been reporting on lots of behind the scenes, what sources have been telling us. We do know that the BJP is keen to have their chief minister, given the sheer number of seats that the BJP won. It's 90% strike rate in terms of converting the seats that they fought into seats that they won. And Devendra Fadnavis, is the person that they want to lead the next government. However, the Shiv Sena is keen that for continuity, they want their leader Eknath Shinde to continue as the chief minister, crediting him for this astounding victory that the Mahayuti had, which they are also crediting the Ladki Behena scheme that was announced by Eknath Shinde as one of the main drivers of this victory that the Mahayuti saw. And therefore, this suspense continuing. Ajit Pawar has said that he will support a BJP chief minister, but many in the Shinde Sena, who we have been speaking to, NDTV has been speaking to, have said that they want continuity, that they want Eknath Shinde to remain at the helm. So it's a delicate issue really, which the BJP too is trying to handle with some amount of kid gloves, given that it is that all of the three allies have been speaking about how this is a jod, a Fevicol ka jod that will remain, and that they will continue to work together for the betterment of Maharashtra. Let's go across to Aishwarya now for the latest. And Aishwarya, so finally it seems, even as we've been waiting that Eknath Shinde is expected to come out and make a public address, the first, proper public address since the results, even as we're waiting for that to happen, this news coming in that the Mahayuti leaders will all be in Delhi and meet Amit Shah tomorrow.
Well, certainly to end the deadlock, it is the top BJP High Command who had called all the Mahayuti leaders, including Ajit Pawar, Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis, to the national capital. And there will be a series of meetings that will take place as far as the Maharashtra government formation is concerned. And it is tomorrow where these leaders will arrive. They have been called and they will be meeting Home Minister Amit Shah, BJP President JP Nadda, and finalize the name of the Chief Minister. Very important piece of information that we are also picking up from the Shiv Sena sources is that during the meetings with the Bharatiya Janata Party, it was earlier finalized that irrespective of the seat sharing, whether BJP will fight maximum seats in the state of Maharashtra, the Chief Minister position will be given to Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde faction. And that's the promise that the Bharatiya Janata Party did earlier before the polls took place in the state of Maharashtra. And therefore, the reason perhaps several Shiv Sena leaders have been saying that it should be Eknath Shinde who should be continuing the chief ministership position, but it is the Mahayuti alliance leaders who will sit along with the top brass of the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders tomorrow in the national capital and will decide the final government formation, who will take the post of the chief minister, and whether there would be any rotational policy that they will adopt, and what would be the cabinet look like as to how many portfolios will be given to each party. That will also take place tomorrow as far as the decision is concerned.
But the big focus on the channel right now on who will be the next chief minister, and what we do know so far is that the Mahayuti leaders will now be coming to Delhi and they're likely to meet with Home Minister Amit Shah tomorrow. It's been 4 days since the election results were announced in Maharashtra, yet the suspense over who will be the chief minister continues, as it is believed that the Shiv Sena is very keen that Eknath Shinde continue as the chief minister, and they have been pushing for that. Even as the BJP, given the sheer numbers, given that they won 132 out of the 230 seats in Maharashtra, they're very keen to have their man at the head of things there in Maharashtra, to have him as the chief minister. And one is expecting Devendra Fadnavis. However, there is a pushback by the Shiv Sena. Let's go back to Anuj now for more. So Anuj is at the location where we just saw the Congress addressing a press conference and announcing their campaign against the election results and electronic voting machines. This even as we're waiting to find out what Eknath Shinde has to say in an address that he's going to make very shortly. And we also have the news that Mahayuti leaders have been called to Delhi. So Anuj, first to you on what the opposition has said, what the Congress just announced at that press conference.
The Congress has said that in the next couple of days they will be launching a movement, and this will be, as earlier was hinted by the Congress party high officials, that on similar lines with the Bharat Jodo Yatra, this will be a movement to kind of represent the voice of the public, is what Nana Patole said, in bringing back the ballot paper. When asked about the EVM machines, he was very particular about, saying that there is, it may not necessarily be completely EVM's fault, but he very firmly stated that there seems to be a lot of doubt and suspicion in the minds of the people, where, they believe that something has gone wrong, and that is why we see such huge difference between the ruling Mahayuti and the opposition. And to represent that voice of the public, the Congress will be starting a movement. Now, this is the third major development that has happened from the opposition's perspective. We saw that NCP Sharad Pawar faction has made it very clear that they will be assembling a team of lawyers to counter this narrative, and they'll also be reaching out to most of those leaders, most of those candidates who lost out in the election, and will be filing an official complaint when it comes to the VVPAT machines. And that is exactly what the Congress is also the same bandwagon
while
that
we
it is
do know
hopped
the
upon.
MV has announced they're going to start this campaign about electronic voting machines, etc. But let's talk about this suspense over the chief minister's, over who will be the chief minister. And Shiv Sena, Shiv Sena Shinde sources telling NDTV that they were promised that that Eknath Shinde would continue if they got the majority. They've been pointing out, and many of their spokespersons, when they've come on our channel, have also pointed out the reason BJP won so many more seats was because they contested so many more seats, and that was something they had all decided. So it seems that there's a major pushback from the Shiv Sena Shinde to have Eknath Shinde continue as the chief minister. We do know Mahayuti leaders have been called to Delhi tomorrow.
It's not just a major pushback, but it's also, 180 degrees change in what the leaders had said earlier and what they've said now, because ever since the results have come out, or ever since the campaigning began, we saw that there was no real clarity on whether anything has been promised by the high command of the Bharatiya Janata Party to any of the allies when it comes to the position of chief ministership. All the three parties maintained that the decision was to be taken after the results are out, and the decision was going to be taken. And we especially saw Devendra Fadnavis talk about how the two national leaders of the state, of the regional parties, that is Mr. Ajit Pawar, Mr. Eknath Shinde, and the parliamentary committee board, of the Bharatiya Janata Party will be sitting down together and taking this decision. And now what the Shiv Sena leaders, claim to have happened is completely opposite to that. If there is any truth to it, does it show any sort of differences, between the Mahayuti alliances? Because this is a completely different fact that the Shinde Sena leaders are stating. But as far as the CM face is concerned, Eknath Shinde will be addressing a press conference soon, but we're also learning that the Shinde Sena MPs are trying to get in touch with Amit Shah in Delhi as the winter session is on, and they will be trying to put forth the emotion or the mood of the people here in Maharashtra, which according to them wants Mr. Eknath Shinde to return back to power as the chief minister.